majority of us are searching for internal peace with ourselves and with our place in the universe. We often find ourselves in constant battle with ourselves that comes from our judgment of things, emotions, people, or events. Our judgment comes from the process that created by our subjective consciousness. Subjective consciousness is a state of our consciousness in which a person believes that he or she is constantly aware of his or herself, and at the same time with all other external factors of that person's circumstances of life. That belief cannot be further from the truth. In other words, subjective consciousness gives birth to our egos. That most of the time eventually manifests in our personality. That personality, in its turn, imprisons our objective consciousness. Objective consciousness allows freedom from the personality. Objective consciousness is necessary building block that is necessary for establishment of balanced state of consciousness. The objective consciousness allows freedom from the aspects of our personality. Objective consciousness is a panoramic spatial consciousness. If we could look at our difficulties and our conflicts objectively, we would see that our difficulties and conflicts are nothing but resistance against that objectivity. In other words, we are attached to our attachments and we refuse to see the true state of the things. Subjective consciousness is our ego. Our ego is continually labeling things as good or bad. And that judgment is mostly based on our current knowledge that our personalities obtained during our current lifetimes, on our current beautiful earth, in our current form. The form that we know as our body. However, most of us, most of the time, do not know much about our bodies either. And I hope we will talk about it in the future. Objective spatial consciousness is also called the spatial matrix. The spatial matrix is the space from where our senses taken in an information from. So each of us is an agent of attention within the spatial matrix, with the seat of our awareness being oriented to a central point. We are, in our consciousness, at the central point of the universe. When standing or sitting, there is an axis which runs from above us to below us, and we can feel difference, indicating a perception of gravity. This spatial matrix also has 360 degrees of direction on the horizontal and vertical planes, and all the space in between forming a sphere of space. This extends outwards infinitely, and also inwards as the scale of increments decreases. It is exactly from this space true happiness is coming from. That also beautifully called the happiness of being.